Pro Travel. Today my dad wants to show you our water filter problems.
Yeah, hey, thanks Caden for the introduction. Yeah, today I'd like to just make everyone aware, I guess, of our experiences with the water system in our trailer. We've got a 2018 Geo Pro 16BH, the E Pro, same setup. But I've seen a 2021 that has the same setup, right? They have some lines are PEX tubing and some lines are this white, just a flexible, this is a Camco, just basic white flexible hose. And we found that pretty much where this hose is connected, pretty much every connection has leaked. And we ended up, I'll show you, that I went in and pretty much everywhere I could take out this white hose, I did, and I replaced it with more PEX tubing, which is far superior. Okay, so here I am back where my, this is the water heater, my water pump. We did have our water filter, which was right up here, and that had this hose hooked to both ends, both the inlet and the outlet. Both of those leaked. I just took the whole filter assembly out just because we never had a filter in it anyway. I filter the water when I fill up the water tank. So yeah, I never used it anyway. And I actually found that once I took that out, that the water pressure, the water pump seemed to run better. I wasn't getting all the air on the line that I was with the filter installed. So overall, for me, it was a very good thing for me to take that out. So anyway, so all this white line here is PEX. I put all that in. It was all previously this white hose. In fact, right here, you can still see I have a white hose, and I left that in there because this line is the main inlet line from the water tank. So that's why that's still in there. Actually, I take that back. This one over here, you'll see back there, that's the one from the water tank. But anyway, yeah, so some of these lines, just because I couldn't get access back there, so I did just leave them. But I did put in, you'll see these are band clamps, because I took out the fitting that was in there because it was leaking, and I put in the right size fitting for that hose, and then I just used band clamps. And then this area here, I just redid with the PEX clamp. Again, and this right here is what most of these trailers have with these white lines, are these PEX band clamps. So anyway, yeah, pretty much all these fittings were leaking. So that's why that's why I took those out and replaced them with the PEX. So I will show you now why I did that. Okay, so let me show you what I found is the reason for all the leaks that I discovered. And like I said, this is the same setup that is in the 2021 Geo Pros I've seen. And like I said, ours is a 2018, so it's all the same setup. But anyway, so the first leak I discovered was actually the connection point to the shower control knobs behind the wall, and the water was leaking out into the hallway. But anyway, so I got underneath there, was able to get behind the shower shut off knobs there, and what I found was a flexible hose like this with a fitting like that on there, and the water was leaking down the tube and dripping onto the floor. So I took it off, and what I was going to do is I just going to cut that off, and I was going to put that back on there and re-clamp it, right? So it had these little clamps on there, which are PEX clamps, by the way, for PEX tubing, right? Not made for flexible tubing. But what I discovered was, and you can see that this fitting that they use is not made for this hose. It's, you know, you can see the gap in there, right? It's just not made for that hose. What it's made for is the PEX tubing. This is 1/2-inch PEX tubing, and you know, it goes inside of there, and I mean that's, you know, that's a solid, without even a clamp on there, that's probably not going to leak. You know, it's got sealing capability even without the clamp, right? Whereas this hose, you know, there's no sealing capability there, you know. Boink, there you go. So anyway, what I did was, that was our first leak, right? So I just put a new band clamp, or I put a new clamp on there, and maybe it's sealing, you know, still sealed. I hope it is. But I later discovered another leak back by our water filter that I was kind of showing you earlier. And what I ended up doing there, because we didn't use the water filter anyway, I just decided to cut the hose out of there on both ends, take that water filter completely out, and I just kind of, you know, bypassed the filter, right? But because I found those leaks, I noticed there was a bunch more of this flex tubing connecting different things in the back, and that's where all that white PEX tubing that you saw that I installed came from, right? I just took all this stuff out and I put in PEX tubing with, you know, the proper, you know, with the proper size, proper fit, and new band clamps, and that is a secure seal, right, on those connections, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Whereas these ones right here, from my experience, you know, will keep me up at night, not knowing if there's other leaks, right? And the water wasn't spewing out of there, you know, it wasn't spraying out. It was just a drip. You know, when they had the water pump on and there was pressure in this line, it was just dripping. So, like I said, that's our experience. My guess, because they're still using this setup, is there's got to be other people out there that have experienced the same thing. And because I had so many of these fittings that leaked that there's no way that I'm the only one. So I would just say, you know, monitor your system, inspect your system regularly, especially the water system. You know, like I said, most of these PEX, you know, unless they installed the clamp wrong or something, the PEX tubing isn't going to leak. Where you're going to have problems is anywhere you see this flex tubing, you know, going up to your kitchen sink, you know, wherever your water pump is, wherever your water filter is, your shower, you know, like I said, back in your shower, plumbing as well. So anyway, for me, anywhere I could take out the flex, I put PEX. That's all I got. Happy travels.
Thanks for watching. Please click the like button and subscribe.